Hi, everybody. So, believe it or not, it is the last week of class. I just can't, it feels like it went by so quickly. So at this point, everything should be caught up in the grade book. So we should have a pretty accurate picture of where you're standing in the class. So be sure to check in with me if you have any questions about that, preferably in the 101 office hours, which happen on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Um, and the only thing really standing in your way of being free and enjoying the rest of your summer is just this last journal. So the journal for Unit 4, the Unit 4 journal or presentation, that's what's due Wednesday the 27th. Remember that I want things due on Wednesday the 27th. So that, and also your final critical evaluation in the 101 course, because that gives us some time in case there needs to be rewrites, anything like that. We have the time before the semester closes, and I can't accept grades past the 30th. So that gives us a couple days to kind of check in, a little bit of wiggle room. So the things that are due in O11 would be the only thing that's physically due is this Unit 4 journal or presentation of critical evaluation unit on Wednesday the 27th. The other things, fill out your final course evaluation and then complete the student survey for Unit 4. And it's the same deal in 101. Submit your final Unit 4 critical evaluation essay assignment, fill out your course evaluation, and complete the student survey over there. So it looks like a lot, but it's really just the course evaluation and the student surveys are super fast. So the only thing that I want you to be focusing your energy on is final drafts. For this last assignment that you'll be doing on the 27th in this course in O11, you're going to do a Unit 4 journal or presentation. And it is called a presentation on critical evaluation, but you'll see that it's a little bit different than some of the other assignments we've done, because what you'll be doing is you'll choose one of the major assignments from the 4 units that we did over in 101. And I've listed them here: the personal essay from Unit 1, the database exploration assignment worksheet from Unit 2, the summary response paper from Unit 3, or the critical evaluation essay from Unit 4. So really, what you're going to do is you're going to take it and revise it. So if you do choose the critical evaluation essay, obviously you would want to finish it before you turn it in O11, but otherwise the order of classes doesn't matter. You could finish O11 first or 101 first if you chose one of the others. So your instructions are to choose one of those major assignments, revise the assignment, and then complete the journal entry following the instructions to talking about the assignment and the revision process. And you will submit your copy of the revised paper as well as your journal entry in the submission file. And here I just mentioned that I recommend you choose the assignment that you feel like you did the worst on, or that you felt the least comfortable completing. I mentioned that, and it may seem kind of blunt, but in the past I've had people who didn't do well on, maybe a harder assignment like Unit 3, and they chose to go through and do something like revise the personal essay. I think that the thing that's going to be maybe the most beneficial is looking at the assignment that you didn't perform as well at and seeing the ways in which you could make changes even after the fact. Or if you've done kind of comparably well on all of the assignments in 101, all of the unit ending assignments, then pick the one that you felt you struggled with the most, the one that you felt the least comfortable when you were completing it. So those are kind of your options there. So to look at the actual description of the assignment that you'll be completing, you'll see that it says basically the same thing I do, but in a rather long-winded way. Once you have gone through and chosen the assignment and revised the assignment, there's a prompt that goes with each. So if you look back at your Unit 1 personal essay, how have you successfully used critical thinking traits to navigate the semester? What mistakes have you made? How did you improve them? If you choose looking back at your Unit 2 research process, what were the greatest challenges and successes you faced in completing this assignment? What mistakes did you make? How did you improve them? So there are slightly different questions depending on the assignment that you chose. I'm going to let you opt whichever one you want. Obviously, the Unit 4 critical evaluation won't have a grade yet, so you won't know if that's the one that you struggled with the most. But if you feel that, if you're like, man, this was really hard, then feel free to choose that. I want you to pick the assignment that is the most helpful to you in this case. So then these are the questions that you'll answer in the journal. And at the end, You could also choose to do the short presentation. For the most part, y'all have not been choosing that, but you are more than welcome to choose that. And then the actual submission will be, I guess there's not a description of it, but the thing that you'll submit 2 documents. You will submit the revisions that you did, and then you'll include your separate Microsoft Word document that includes the reflection going over and answering these questions for whichever one you chose. So if you chose the Unit 3 summary response essay and you revised it, then you would answer these questions in a document. So what I would like you to do for the revisions, if possible, is to keep doing what you did before when you made revisions so that I could see. Maybe change them into red or bold just so that it's easy for me to track what you've done. So maybe you could use strike through if you wanted. Just if possible, make some font changes so I know the revisions you've made so I can see them easily. And those are the 2 documents you'll turn in. So let's say you did choose the Unit 3 summary response. That's the one you wanted to revise. You would open up that document. You would look at probably the feedback that I gave you after the fact, after you turn in the final draft of that, and see if there's any revisions to be made there. You would make the revisions, and then you would go and you would look at this prompt, which says, what were the greatest challenges and successes you faced in completing this assignment? What mistakes have you made? How did you improve them? What specific things will you take with you from this course into your future? What revision activities or strategies did you engage in, and how did they help you? And so you guys are pretty advanced critical thinkers at this point. What I want you to do with this prompt is answer these questions in paragraphs that make sense. So my challenge to you is to really work to make organized paragraphs. And I would recommend, if you're like, man, this is a lot of questions, ask yourself, okay, how can I break this task down? Are there questions I can group together and cover them both in one paragraph? Maybe I should use the CSET. So CSET, that formula that we talked about before, doesn't only work just specifically for when you're quoting things. The evidence that you can include in there can be from your own assignment. So where it says like, what mistakes have you made? If you want to write a paragraph about that, you can still follow the CSET formula. Set up your claim. One mistake I made this semester was I frequently struggled, I don't know, with time management. Claim. Set up. For example, I frequently, while going through the Unit 2 process, was behind on turning in my submissions. That's set up. And then that was evidence explaining, like, specifically, I was late on my, database exploration assignment, which made me late on whatever else. However you want to put that, you can. But you can use evidence that are examples, and you can still follow the CSET model to help you create paragraphs. For your tie-in, you would say something like, this is a challenge that I really need to work to overcome. Boom, that's a paragraph that I just wrote right there. So what I really want you to do is challenge yourself to make organized paragraphs answering these questions and really reflecting on the assignment that you think was most difficult and thinking about what skills you can carry into the future that could help you in situations when you face assignments like that again. All right, good luck.